Welcome back to Straight to the Point. Hey Mitchell, let's talk about these Lakers, man. I'm totally disappointed in the fact that they did not choose Phil Jackson to be their coach. Do you really think Michael D'Antoni is a good fit for the Lakers?
Well, you know what? It's like this. It's twofold. It depends on what you want. Now, if you take a look at D'Antoni's track record, minus the New York Knicks and that debacle that was there, if you take a look at what he did in Phoenix, they won. There's no doubt about it. The guy's a winner. They won 50 to 60 games every year when he was in Phoenix. They didn't play any defense, but they won. So if your purpose is to just win games, win 50 to 60 games every year, be in the playoff hunt, then and also not, and this is a big thing here, to bring back some of that Showtime style that's been missing from the Lakers, then that's your guy. But if you're trying to win a championship, he's not your guy, because we all know defense wins championships, and he does not put an emphasis on defense.
I agree with you 100%. My whole thing is it's like this. Bus doesn't like Phil Jackson. Why he doesn't like Phil Jackson? Phil Jackson's fucking his sister. That's why. And that's the bottom line. And so he's mad because Phil is screwing his sister, and that he don't like it. The bottom line is he got a homeboy that he want to mess with his sister, and he want to get rid of Phil. Phil's not going anyway. Phil's gonna be with your sister, Jerry. Look, Phil's gonna be with your sister. They're gonna probably get married. We don't care. I don't know. But the bottom line is you messed up. You should have had Phil be the coach.
So basically, you're saying that it's the whole "you're messing with my sister" routine. That's why Phil was not the head coach.
Yep. And Phil said, "I'm not listening to you. I got 11 rings, man. What do you have? I bought 5 to the Lakers already. What you talking about?"
You know what? To a certain degree, I do agree with you. I think there is some acrimony between, and it's not Jerry Buss. I think it's his son, Jim Buss. I think
Jimbo.
Yeah, old Jimbo. I think Jerry Buss and Phil, to a certain degree, I won't say that they're cool, but at the end of the day, Jerry Buss wants banners hanging down from that ceiling. But we know that, and it's been said, rumor mill has it, that it could be a possible power struggle between Jim Buss and Phil Jackson, because Phil Jackson wants input of the daily in and outs and what's going on with the Lakers. And Jim Buss, I'm saying that this is what the problem is. And Jim Buss, the son, is saying, "Oh, hell no, I'm not going for that. This is the way that I want it. I am now not only the son's owner, but I'm part GM, even though Mitch Kupchak is the GM. I'm going to have final say-so of everything, a day-to-day operation, what goes on." And Phil is just not going for that. I think that's the acrimony between them two. I think take the sister, take Jeannie Buss out of the situation. I think two egos are clashing. I think Phil Jackson wants to do it his way, and Phil Jackson can sit back on his honchos and say that, "Hey, if you do it my way, I got you 3 championships. You can go the other way. You can keep hiring the Mike Browns, the D'Antonis of the world, and it's not going to get you any rings, you know." And
I would have settled for Mike Dunn leaving.
They been there, done that. They did that in the early 90s. Didn't get them any rings. At the end of the day, like I always say, my famous saying, it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring. And at the end of the day, Phil Jackson is going to bring rings to that championship. But also, I have to say this in defense of Jim Buss, is that I think Phil Jackson is also on a power trip as well. Because when you bring,
he didn't ask for anything. He did not ask for anything.
No, it's
how
not. It's not what he asked. It's what he demanded in order for him to be head coach. First of all, he was going to hold the Lakers ransom by saying that, "Hey, I want so-and-so amount of money." We know that he was going to get paid a ridiculous amount of money. He was going to be the highest paid coach in the league. Whether or not if that's justified,
much deserving.
Whether or not if it's justified, I leave that to the powers that be to decide on that. Then the second thing, and actually this ought to be first and foremost, was that it was rumored prior to him retiring 2 years ago that, well, this wasn't rumor, this is factual, that he was having physical ailments. he had to have a special chair, a special padded chair for his back and his legs, and it got to the point to where he was contemplating going to the Lakers organization and say, "Hey, I only want to coach home games. I don't want to go on the road. I only want to coach home games."
All that the Lakers have denied all that. All that's been denied.
Well, that was going to be a part of the stipulation of Phil Jackson coming back. Was that
his attorney has already stated that wasn't even a fact. It wasn't.
We don't exactly know what the facts are, but we do know this.
Then we can't go out and speculate.
We can't. We can't speculate. We can speculate because that's what we like to do here on Straight to the Point. We speculate. We get to the bottom of things. We speculate. We find out what's true, what's not true, what's BS and not BS, and then we give it straight to our people and our fans that's listening.
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. That's the name of the show.
Jim doesn't
straight
want
to
his
the point.
Sister. That's straight to the point.
Hey, maybe here nor there, but what's straight to the point is getting back to what we were talking about is that D'Antoni, while he may be a good fit for what the Lakers are looking for, he might not be a good fit to win the championship. So that's what I bring back and I ask you, because is Jim Buss interested in winning championships, or is he interested in bringing about that Showtime style that they had back in the 80s? Are they trying to recreate that? Because that up and down tempo that Mike D'Antoni brings, and you got Steve Nash as your point guard, is going to create some excitement. The Lakers will be the buzz of the NBA with their playing style. Will it win the championships? We know that the triangle offense is not exciting. We know that Princeton offense that Mike Brown, the Harvard, Princeton, DeKalb County, DeKalb JUCO offense, it just wasn't working.
It works in Princeton and only in Princeton.
It works in Princeton, only in Princeton. So, and that's the thing that we have to take a look at is that what are the Lakers truly after? What is Jim Buss truly after? And then we have to bring into the level of acrimony that may be there and that may exist between Kobe and Jim Buss. Because when Mike Brown was hired, Kobe wasn't consulted. Okay, so they put it on the table that, hey, we're gonna talk to Phil, we're gonna talk to D'Antoni, but at the end of the day, they made an executive decision and they brought in D'Antoni. So we also have to bring into the level that we have to satisfy our superstar. Will this satisfy Kobe? Will this up and down pace satisfy Kobe?
Will Kobe, Steve Nash make it through the season running this offense?
Well,
I don't think so.
Well, I think, like we stated previously, that we have part of the answer already, even though D'Antoni hasn't implemented his system. That, okay, with Steve Nash going on 39 years old, hey, he's been out for a couple of weeks now. So we understand that these older bodies need time to rest. They need time to heal. So this up and down tempo that D'Antoni's going to bring in doesn't fit the pieces that the Lakers have right now.
I agree with you 100%.
Will it be successful? Hey, we have yet to see. Now, going by Mike D'Antoni's track record, going by what he did in Phoenix,
they'll win 50 games.
Going by partially what he did in New York, because think about it, when either Stoudemire or Carmelo was out, when either one of those players was out, and they had Jeremy Lin running that particular style of offense, they were successful. It's only when Stoudemire and Carmelo got together that things just didn't mix together. They just didn't match. And then that's when everything just got blew up.
And now you have the Lakers with their starting five, and I just don't see where my man is going to do well. The power forward is going to do well with that offense. He's the youngest out of the bunch.
Right, but you know what? He's the most athletic of the bunch too. So we'll see how that goes. And you know what? Speaking of D'Antoni in New York, and speaking of the New York Knicks, how about those New York Knicks? I'm sure Spike Lee is he's jumping up and down. He's on front row, Broadway, Madison Square Garden. Yo, he's just like on top of the world right now. The Knicks are 6-0.
Until Stoudemire comes back, and then it's going to be a whole new different ball game.
Now, do you think there's any Bengay Icy Hot left in New York, though?
Because I'm telling you, they got a team full of senior citizens. I was thinking about suiting up myself and seeing if I can offer my services to the New York Knicks. Because they must have stock in Bengay, Icy Hot, all of the above.
Look, I'm gonna tell you
They
right
got
now.
that Shaq patch.
Let him.
Yeah, they got that Shaq patch going on.
Let him jump for joy. But when Stoudemire gets back and he has to team up with Carmelo, then you're gonna see the New York Knicks.
So
but they have a good coach.
Now, do you think there's a problem, chemistry problem with them
Yes,
too?
yes, it's a chemistry problem. If you look at this, if you look at the Knicks last year, when Carmelo was out, the Knicks were winning with Stoudemire. Then Stoudemire came out, Carmelo came back, Stoudemire went out, the Knicks were winning. But when they were together, they were losing. There was a lot of frustration. There was a lot of talk going on. Carmelo wanted to be the man. He's like, give me the ball. He's not getting enough. He's not getting enough shots. My man Stoudemire was talking about, well, I'm not getting enough shots. And there wasn't a team play. Now this year, Carmelo is starting to pass the ball more. He's not concerned about scoring a lot, but he knows that in the crunch time that he's going to get the ball. Let's see what happens when Stoudemire gets back, if they're going to have that same continuity.
Well, it's going to be very interesting, like you said, to see if they still have that same continuity. Like you said, for some reason they don't mesh well, and I think one of the biggest reasons why they don't mesh is because both of those players, Stoudemire and Carmelo Anthony, they can't play without the basketball. Both of them dominate the basketball. They cannot operate without the basketball in their hands, and so to a certain degree, they're almost the same player. They're not effective. They're not helping your team if they don't have the basketball in their hands. And both players are reluctant passers. Neither one of them are very good passers, and so therefore, that to the detriment of the Knicks, when both of them are out there on the floor, then you have chemistry issues. And it's just like Millwood said, when either one is out, the Knicks flourish. When both are on the floor, then that's when you run into trouble. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what the Knicks do when Amari comes back. One of the biggest problems I think and I fought Stoudemire for this, is because he's not the player that he was in Phoenix. He's not even close. After 2 leg surgeries, he's lost his ability, that power that he had, the ability to elevate, the ability to go in the lane and just power up on folks.
Now, do you think that there's maybe a chemistry problem? I mean, well, I know I think we established, in our opinion, we all agree it's a chemistry problem. But you think it's like not far as them meshing well? Maybe they don't get along on the court, off the court. Because I know with basketball, even though I'm not a basketball player, I know that it helps when you know that person. It's like it's an instinct. I know what he's gonna do. I know how he's going to take it. When he does this is what he's going to do. It's like you vibe, you feed. The energy is the same.
Right, exactly.
Do you think there is it's the same off the court, in the court?
You know what? For all intents and purposes, and from what I gather from on the court, off the court, I haven't heard anything in reference to Carmelo and Stoudemire having any differences with each other. I haven't seen anything on the court, body language, funny looks that would state otherwise, that they do get along. I just think that you have 2 players that are of the same ilk. They're 2 similar players, and both need the ball to succeed. And both are reluctant passers. So when you have 2 guys who dominate the basketball all the time, and then also when you have a player in Stoudemire that thinks that he's still the guy that he once was, I think that's the problem that you run into.
Okay, because when he was with Phoenix, he was part.
Yeah, he was a monster. He was a beast.
He was part kangaroo.
Yeah,
man.
he was a beast. I mean, the guy just had, like you say, he had kangaroo legs. So, Mill, what you think about it?
Carmelo wants to be like Michael Jordan. He wants to be like LeBron James. He wants to be the man. Stoudemire's coming back. We'll see. To be that type of person, you have to be a team player. When Michael Jordan, you see, got Scottie Pippen and the rest of the crew of the Bulls, he knew he had a team. He was able to pass the ball. He had confidence in his team. Carmelo needs to continue to have confidence with his players that he's doing now. Continue to have confidence in his team. Pass the ball. Shoot when you're open. You know you're going to get the ball in crunch time when it's a need to win. When Stoudemire comes back, be the same way, and the Knicks will flourish. If not, the same thing is going to happen next year.
But you know what? And here's the question that we'll talk about once we come back from the break. What do you do with Stoudemire? Can you trade Stoudemire? Do you keep Stoudemire? Because obviously he's the piece that you need to get rid of. So
trade bait, baby.
Okay, so how do you trade him? Can you trade him? Is he tradable? That's something we'll talk back Hey, this is Straight to the Point. Mitchell and Millwood, we're in the building, y'all. We'll be back with you right after this break.
Thanks for tuning in to TriStar Radio. If you want to hit us up on the web, just go to www.tristarradio.com. If you just want to tweet us, go to TriStar_radio.